China's claim that Filipino troops on a makeshift naval outpost.
Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. vows to provide the armed forces with the necessary resources to enhance its external defense posture.
When you hear about the Philippines, what comes to mind? Extensive forests, beautiful beaches, exotic wildlife, and majestic volcanoes, or centuries-old churches, turn-of-the-century mansions, ancient forts, and modern museums? It is easy to see why the Philippines is becoming one of the top tourist destinations in the world. Beyond tourism, the country is also known for its huge economic potential, with the United States and China being its largest trade partners. But as we take a closer look, we find something that not many people know. The Philippines is on a fast-track weaponization drive. As they say, hard times call for desperate measures. In the face of rising tensions with China, the Philippines is arming itself. Most recently, Philippines President Marcos was in the headlines for launching a $35 billion military procurement plan with the goal of completion within 10 years. When discussing the plan, Armed Forces spokesperson Colonel Francel Margaret Padilla said, "These enhancements will contribute to strengthening our defense capabilities as we transition from internal security operations to territorial defense." The plan, known as Horizon 3, is to be executed in 3 phases. The plan will also focus on increasing the country's domain awareness, connectivity, surveillance, reconnaissance, and intelligence gathering capabilities. This comes on top of the assistance the Philippines is receiving from like-minded friends, all of whom condemn China's hegemonic ambitions. Yes, we are talking about the United States, Japan, South Korea, and India. In April, India sent its first-ever batch of Brahmos missiles to the Philippines as Indian Prime Minister Modi proudly congratulated the nation. The $375 million deal, signed in 2022, will ensure delivery of several such systems over the next few years. Philippine National Security Council Assistant Director General Jonathan Malaya said that the missiles will be deployed for use by the Philippine Marines. As a quick aside, Brahmos is a supersonic cruise missile produced under a joint venture with Russia. They are a shore-based anti-ship system with a range of 290 kilometers. These missiles will add a practical layer of deterrence for the Philippines amidst its limited military resources vis-à-vis China. This will likely not be the last deal between the two states, as many Indian companies have shown interest in facilitating the Philippines with its weaponization ambitions. At the start of 2024, the Indian embassy in the Philippines flew in a business delegation to showcase its defense platforms and explore potential defense industry partnerships.
Japan and the Philippines have pledged to forge closer security ties in the face of heightened tensions with China.
Military and security ties between Japan and the Philippines have been growing rapidly, with major Japanese media such as Nikkei Asia reporting that the two countries aim to upgrade their relationship to a, quote, quasi-alliance. In November 2023, the leaders of both states met in the Philippines to forge a defense cooperation framework. They agreed to start negotiations for a defense pact called the Reciprocal Access Agreement. Most importantly, both states signed the Official Security Assistance Program. Through the first OSA program, the Armed Forces of the Philippines will receive $4 million worth of coastal surveillance radars to be used by the Philippine Navy. The radars are a vital addition to the AFP's maritime defense capabilities and will bolster our ability to monitor and protect our extensive coastline, ensuring the safety and security of our seas, Chief of Staff General Romero Bronner said in a statement. Japan is also enhancing the Philippines' air domain awareness capabilities through the supply of air surveillance radars. In 2020, Tokyo won a $103 million contract to provide the Philippine Air Force with 3 fixed air surveillance radar and 1 mobile radar system. This is the first time a Japanese company transferred finished defense equipment to a foreign government. The Philippines has also agreed to buy 5 Coast Guard patrol ships from Japan in a deal worth more than $400 million.
Philippine Sea, the Philippines will acquire 5 additional patrol ships from Japan.
This will support the Philippines Coast Guard in improving its capabilities for maritime operations, particularly in addressing transnational crimes, the statement from the Philippines Foreign Ministry said. Last month, during joint military drills, the United States deployed its Typhoon missile system in a military base in Luzon. It's the first ever deployment of the MRC missile system to the Indo-Pacific theater. The Typhoon system is capable of targeting ships at sea at a range of 370 kilometers, according to the Missile Defense Project at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. It also can fire the Tomahawk land attack missile, a maneuverable cruise missile with a range of 1,600 kilometers. This means that through this deployment, the Taiwan Strait and Fujian province are well within the Philippines' range. According to Beijing, its presence in the region increases the risks of misjudgment and miscalculation. A bill has also been tabled in the Congress by the United States government for the grant of $2.5 billion over the next 5 years and another $2.5 billion for modernization of the Philippines' armed forces. Ongoing negotiations are also underway for the potential sale of American F-16 fighter jets to the Philippine Air Force, though they have reportedly hit a snag over price issues. Manila is also reportedly considering a deal with Sweden, which is offering more affordable alternatives such as the Saab JAS 39 Gripen multi-role fighter. The Philippines has also signed several big contracts with South Korean shipbuilder Hyundai Heavy Industries. The deal includes a pair of Jose Rizal-class frigates which are already in service. 6 offshore patrol vessels and 2 missile corvettes will be delivered over the next several years. The combined cost of the patrol boats and corvettes is around $1 billion. President Marcos boasted that the deal will usher in a new era of shipbuilding to the country. Despite the flurry of activity, the real question remains, can the Philippines really become a modernized military power? Can it afford to spend billions every year acquiring new weapons and defense technology? When the Philippines approved its most recent budget, fiscal planners made some basic assumptions about how the economy would develop in 2024. At the moment, there are some headwinds. So far, with almost half of the year behind us, some of those assumptions look like they were a bit optimistic. It was expected that in 2024, the economy would grow between 6.5% to 7%, but for the first quarter, the figure remains 5.7%. Slower growth than what was anticipated, along with higher borrowing costs, could place a strain on the government's finances. Despite all this, with China becoming increasingly aggressive in the South China Sea, can the Philippines afford not to modernize its military right now? Probably not. The fiscal challenges can be overcome by domestic measures and foreign grants. This is ultimately why the Philippines is all in on its weaponization drive. However, with a $35 billion military program on its wish list, things have to improve significantly within the economy for this to become a reality. What do you think? Can the Philippines match China's military prowess? Or alternatively, can it simply militarize enough to deter China? Tell us in the comments, and do not forget to follow Out There International for thoughtful insights into complex global affairs.